and welcome back to my channel. I am Adrienne with Inspired by Adrienne Denise, and today we are going to be doing a quick follow-up video to my previous video where we discussed the Brother PQ1500SL. I do have to stop and think about that as I say it because it's kind of I keep wanting to say the Brother PQSL, but I know that's not it. So anyways, today we are going to dig a little bit deeper into the machine, whether I decided to keep it or whether I decided to send it back. So drum roll, please. As you can see, it's not here. And I want to talk a little bit about it because, from my last video, I'm sure that you can, if you've watched my last video, you probably remember me saying, you know, there's just a few things about it, actually one thing in particular, but I thought that, hey, I can just keep it, I can overcome this, I can figure it out. And so I did keep it an additional week, and I was like, well, I'll just, you know, try to figure it out. I tried some different things. I tried some different tips and tricks. I tried several different threads. I just tried a lot of things, a lot of suggestions that I got, and unfortunately, none of them worked. So I do want to go ahead and preface this with the fact that I will not only be talking about the Brother PQ1500SL, but I'm also going to talk a little bit about the Sailrite LS-1. So I do want to go ahead and talk a little bit about the Brother PQ1500SL and really my decision on why I decided to go ahead and return the machine. So I purchased the Brother PQ1500SL from Amazon, and I was super excited about this machine because I sew a lot of garments, but I also sew a lot of clutch bags and wristlets, and I actually make leather accessories, and so I really wanted to get into sewing some leather accessories and just different things. So I did not want a dedicated table for an industrial machine, so I decided to go with the Brother PQ1500SL because I thought, oh my goodness, I am so accustomed to Brothers. This is like the perfect, it's this kind of a semi-industrial machine. And then after I got that machine, I was like, oh my goodness. So, you know, I was so excited that my husband was going to surprise me with a Mother's Day gift, and my Mother's Day and anniversary, like my anniversary is the day of Mother's Day most of the time, or after Mother's, like the day after. And so I kind of got a twofer. I was so excited, and I was like, yay, I'm getting machines, right? So let me just say this. I do not hate the Brother PQ1500SL. I was actually very sad and very upset about having to send it back because I love that machine. Like, I love the speed. I love the control. I love the options. I just really super duper loved that machine. But there is one thing that I could not figure out with the machine, and it was always the tension. So with this machine, I did everything. I, had so many people telling me, oh, you need to just rethread it. You need to make sure it's threaded correctly, or you need to make sure you've taken it through all of the loops. You need to make sure that you've got the needle right. And trust me, I did that. I did it over and over again. You have to understand that I got this machine on April 5th, or I ordered it on April 5th, and it came 2 days later. So I literally tried everything that I could. I actually had my husband watch me thread it. I had him thread it. I just could not, actually, no, I did not have him thread it, but I had him look at the guide while I was threading it to make sure that I was threading it correctly, because I felt like an idiot. I was like, I've been sewing for 10 years and I don't know how to thread a machine. What is wrong with me? So I'm threading this machine. I adjust the tension. I did everything that I could do, and I could still not get the tension right. So after time, after my first video, I was like, okay, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep, seeing what's going on, see if I can figure out the tension. I was actually recommended, or it was recommended by someone that I purchased the Bobbin Slim Washers, Super Slippery Teflon. Like, this is on Amazon. I can post the link. And it still didn't work. It actually got worse. So I really kind of came to the conclusion that I felt like it may have been something with the machine. And the only reason I came to that conclusion was because it increasingly got worse. Like, it was almost like it went from bad to worse. Like, and then what I started to notice is that the needle would go down, but it was almost like the needle would get stuck as it was going down, and it would hesitate. And I was like, I don't know if this is a timing issue. I don't know if it's something wrong with the machine. I don't know. And, I've really just had this feeling that it was just something wrong with the machine. And so what I didn't want to do was go outside of my return time frame for it. And so I just made the tough decision to go ahead and send it back. Now, again, the pros, and I actually wrote down some pros and cons here. The speed of this machine is amazing. Like, I truly feel like with this machine, I would never have to purchase an industrial machine. Because again, I am not solely a bag maker, and the bags that I'm making right now, I really do use like really thin leather. I don't use a lot of thick leather. And so it sewed through it like butter. Like, that was not even the issue. So the speed, the durability, oh my goodness, amazing. I love this machine. Like, I can't even say anything else other than I super love this machine. So trust me, sending it back was not a decision that I made lightly. It was very, very hard for me to send it back because I was so excited. Like, I was super excited about this machine. It was very easy to set up. Like, it was super easy. There were no issues with setting this machine up. And so I loved it. But again, the cons were the tension. No matter what I did, I literally sat for a full day on a Saturday, just adjusting the tension little by little, kind of adjusting the bobbin. And I knew it wasn't really the bobbin. It was really the tension up top because it was creating issues on the bottom. And at first it was just a little nesting that I could deal with. I was like, okay, well, I can just clip back the threads. But I'm going to tell you what ultimately got me about the machine. So last night I was sewing and I told my husband, I said, okay, I'm going to give it one last chance. I'm going to see how it works. Now, I want you to see the front. You can see that the stitches are basically, these are great stitches. Love the stitches. And this is a leather. This is a thinner leather. So I just want you to see that the top stitches were amazing. Love it. Now, the bottom stitches. Let me just talk about this. So I started from here and basically went over. Okay. So this was the first one, and you can see there's some nesting up there. Okay, we can kind of handle that. Then we went over, did a little bit of adjustment. You still get some nesting, not terrible. Still get some nesting over here. And then over here, you can see that it literally, I don't know if you can see that, but it literally was not stitching at all. Wasn't stitching. Then I went over and did this one. It does the same thing. Like, you can see those threads are just everywhere. So then I was like, okay, well, let me just try to do it without the back stitching, right? So then I did it without the back stitching, and we go over here. We have two pretty good lines here, right? Pretty good lines. And then you go over, you start to get the nesting again. Well, this was it for me. This last one was it for me. This was without any back stitching. I don't think this is normal. I truly don't think this is normal. And I don't think that there was anything else that I could do to fix this machine or to make it cooperate. And let me just be real about it. This is not a cheap machine. I know that there are machines that are much more expensive out there. But for me, if I am going to spend what I spent on this machine, then I don't expect to have to do so much maintenance work. And my biggest fear was that, hey, if I get it to work and then 2 weeks later it starts doing it again. So it's just one of those things where I really just lost trust in the machine. And I was just like, I don't think this is going to be an easy fix. And I don't think it's something that I should have to continue to fix. Nor do I feel like it's something that should be normal for this machine. Because I had, it was almost like this when I was asking people in several of my sewing groups. I had some people that literally talked about how they wanted to throw the machine out the window. There were some people that literally said they literally sent it back and they opted out for the Juki either 2000 or 2010 because of the same issues. And I'll be honest, I had more people tell me that they had issues with the nesting and that it was just something that these machines do. Now, I get it because I have a top bobbin sewing machine and it does a bit of nesting, but nothing like this. Nothing like this. I know what nesting is and I know how to eliminate nesting. There's several ways to eliminate nesting, but this one, no matter what I did, even when I held the threads a bit to the back, it got worse. So I was like, no, this is not normal. And this is not something that I expect from a machine of this caliber and this price range. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't keep it knowing that that's what I was going to have to deal with. So unfortunately, I decided to send it back. And again, I am not super excited about it because I have so many things that I wanted to do and so many things that I really needed this industrial or this semi-industrial machine for. And unfortunately, right now, even if I wanted to get another one, just a replacement one, it's sold out. My second option was the Juki 2000 or the Juki 2010. Those are basically sold out everywhere. So, definitely sending it back has really put me in a very bad spot. But I do believe that I made the right decision. And I do believe that, again, if I'm going to have, my hair is doing something weird, but if I'm going to have a nice machine, I just expect more. I don't feel like it's wrong for me to expect more. So anyway, I am, not super sad, but I am a little upset because I really feel like, I just wish it worked. Like I wanted it to work, but it didn't. So anyway, enough about that. Now let's go on to the Sailrite LS-1. So again, I purchased these machines probably within a week of each other, right? I was so excited because I was like, well, I'm going to be doing more heavy duty work. So I want kind of a heavy duty machine, the semi-industrial, and then the heavy duty. And I'm like, yes, girl, I got this all figured out. We're going to handle this. So I get the Sailrite, and of course, there's, you're putting it together, super heavy machine. Drop the machine on my ankle. Not fun. So, what can I say about the Sailrite LS-1? I actually opted to send that one back as well. So one of the things that I had a really hard time with this machine was, yes, I know that it's a heavy duty machine, but it was very clunky. It was one of those machines where I just kind of felt like it was really rough and tough. And I know that that's what a heavy duty machine is supposed to be. So before anyone comes and says, well, what did you expect? I expected a heavy duty machine, but it had this really bad rattling noise the whole time I would sew. And mind you, I only sewed on this machine like twice because I was like, okay, I really don't think this is one is for me. I don't think this is what I like. Tension wasn't necessarily a horrible thing, but what I did notice is that I would sew a bit and then I would start getting this type of thread at the bottom and I would have to restitch everything and redo it. And I was just like, this is not it for me. So I'm not saying that it was anything wrong with the machine. I'm just saying that for me, it was just not a good fit. And I'm being completely honest. It wasn't a good fit for me. With the machine, with the Sailrite, I did like the heavy duty. I did like that it was, it was a very nice machine. But one of the things that I'll be honest and say that I just did not like was having to take this machine, basically take it apart to do any oiling. Like I literally had to unscrew the top of the machine, the side of the top of the machine, turn it over. I was like, oh my God, this is not it for me. This is not it. And so let me just be honest and say that I personally really thought I was ready for heavy duty. But after having those two machines, to be honest, if I had to choose one or a type of machine that works for what I need it for, it would definitely be the Brother semi-industrial or a Juki 2000 or 2010. I don't think that the heavy duty machine is necessarily for me. I would probably opt out for a Juki industrial machine before any type of heavy duty anything ever again. So one of the pros that I really loved, and really the only pro that I can share about this machine, the Sailrite LS-1, that I really loved was that it's portable. I really like that it was portable. I like that I could pick it up. It's super, super heavy. But if you're a person that's on the go and you need to, like take it on your boat or whatever you need to do, it is a portable machine. Now, granted, it's a super heavy machine. Even my husband lifting that machine, it was super heavy. So I will not say that it's let's pick it up. No, it was not like that. And let me just be honest about the Brother. The Brother was a super heavy machine as well, but it was definitely much more manageable. There was a handle on the top that made it so much easier, which the LS-1 did not have that. The cons that I'm just going to read the cons that I have, really just because I didn't have it for long. The cons to me were the oiling and the where you have to oil it and how you take it apart and how you have to pull this off and take this off and like it was just like, no, this is just not for me. It just ran really rough for me. Like it just had this sound that was just like really super rough. And again, before the people come on and try to crucify me, I know that there was a different motor that I could purchase. I know. But what you have to understand is that when I got this machine, I really thought heavy duty was something that I needed. I don't necessarily, again, believe that heavy duty is what I need because I'm not sewing thick leathers. Like you can see this leather is super thin. Like it's literally, and I don't know if I can show you guys, but this is how thin this leather is. Like it's like 2 to 3 ounces. So I don't need anything super rough and tough with my Afro puff. Had to throw that in. Now, the other thing that I will honestly, truthfully say about the LS-1 is that it was kind of hard to control. It had speed, but it was really hard for me to control it. Yeah, that's really all I have. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It was just, I truly believe in honesty, and I just can honestly say that I didn't think that machine was for me. It just wasn't for me. So all of that to say this, I would definitely recommend if you're looking for a semi-industrial machine, I would definitely recommend the Brother PQ1500SL. I do not believe that everyone has the same, had the same experience as I did with the machine. I truly, again, just feel like maybe there was something off with the machine that I got. And I couldn't say that that machine would not be a good option for me or anyone else, because I don't think it was a bad machine. The stitches were amazing with this machine. I mean, you can see that the top stitches were perfect at any length. And I tried different lengths, even with other threads. Like this one is actually a thicker thread. This is a thinner thread. So the top stitches were amazing, but for whatever reason, the tension just would not work correctly. And let me also just say that I am really having issues with my hair today. I don't know what's going on. But let me just also say that I did actually call a local dealer, just to get some opinions on it. Like I have a local dealer that's not too far from where I live. And of course, with COVID-19, for me, I didn't want to have to take this machine in without consulting with someone and asking, hey, is this something that you typically see with these machines? Or, is this something you feel like is worth me bringing in? What do you think? And that dealer actually told me to try several things. And I tried a couple of different things, what he told me to try, and it just got worse. And he honestly said, to be honest, I don't think that it's your tension. I think it's something, or he said it may be the tension, but I don't think it's anything you're doing. I think it may be the machine. So, he did give me the option to bring it in, but the only time that I could bring it in, because right now I am still making the decision to quarantine as much as possible. And so I would have to bring it in like in a week or so, and I would basically be outside of my return frame. And so I just didn't, again, want to run that risk of running or being, outside of my time frame that I could take it back and not really having the option to take it back. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I really hate that I don't have the machine here to kind of show you things on the machine, because I had to go ahead and send it back. Again, I don't want anyone to think that I am saying that the Brother is a terrible machine, because I don't think it is. It's amazing. It's super amazing. Like, I loved how smooth it was. I loved the speed. It was just, for me, this particular machine, I had some tension issues and I just could not, it was nothing I could do to figure it out. Then with the Sailrite, the LS-1, I would definitely say to do your research. I do feel like maybe had I chosen the Sailrite fabricator, that may have been a better option for me. I just think that the LS-1 was just a little too heavy duty for me, and it was just not something that it just wasn't. It just wasn't. So what are my plans? I really do plan to get a new machine. I am hoping to be able to get a new machine really soon. The only issue is that most places are completely sold out of everything that I want. So when I get the machine that I want, I will definitely be sharing it here. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this very super honest review of the Brother PQ1500SL and the Sailrite LS-1. I am in no way being paid to talk about either of these machines. This is just a very honest opinion from an honest customer. And just being completely honest with the fact that it is what it is. It's either a great fit for you or it's not, or it's either, sometimes you get things and they just have mechanical issues, and I don't know that it had mechanical issues. Just from what I experienced, it was just not working right for me. This is the Brother PQ1500SL. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be coming back with many, many more. I am super excited to bring you guys on the journey of things that I do crafting. If there's something that you want to see below, please let me know. I will hopefully have a new machine to talk to you a bit about soon. Hopefully, I don't know how that's going to work, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope that you gained a little bit of knowledge. But as always, make sure you are doing your own research and finding what it is for you that that works for you. And so if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, tell your friends about our channel, and we will have more content coming soon. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.